Damn, they are ready to get into it. But welcome in, everyone. Royalty Series NA Contender 3v3 of week number 5. A little bit of a late game, but both teams ready to dive into it, improve their standings. Turtle says, let's go Aries. Did help warm them up. So gonna be looking on. Spartan Aries in orange. Duke's Demons in blue. As Holy sets it up nicely in front of the net as Chaotic is hovering. And nice little pass in play for Spartan Aries. They strike first. Up by 1. I did see your message. Congrats on the win. Congrats on being first seed, or at least up there. I don't know. Who knows with the standings, you know? If they're finalized. But you're definitely one of the top teams, I'm sure. Undefeated through 5 weeks, right? But 1 Pro can't continue on. Holy might have a lined up shot from a little bit of help. Good challenge off the back wall. If this isn't touch, could be a goal, but hit off to the wide side as Tony. Nice pass down, and that's been what Spartan Aries have continued to try to do. It already resulted in 1 goal, but those long passes dropping down in front of the net, so awkward to read if you're the defense. But there's Holy again blasting it wide. Tony with a touch, but players from Duke's Demons, they're ready and waiting. Easy clear. And almost have a chance at a goal on their end. But Chaotic can't do much with that. It's visible down to a teammate. And now they're mounting up some pressure here. If a mistake comes through, they certainly can tie this game up. Ole gets a good 50. Adding some more, a few nice touches. Is there anyone to shoot? Tony is there. Had a chance, but off the mark. And off the mark again. And if you're new here, this is Chalked, is our custom crossbow sound. So obviously, you know the crossbar is working. As Spartan Aries missed their chance to tie things up. I always forget to take streamer mode on. Where they? I feel like they even like moved it too. They made it harder to get to, but my man Tony makes up for that previous shank of a shot, and that one dead center. Spartan Aries get a security goal up by 2 with 1:45 and under to play, and blast it off. Here's another chance midfield. Chaotic hitting wide or high, really. Oscar gets an errant touch. Tony could come through. Going for some craziness. And that's just going to stay in the corner. Well, Chaotic breaking through. And causing a double commit. But Visible able to buy some time for his teammates. And that's going to hit the backboard. But good control from Holy. That was not an easy spot to be in. It looked like you would drop it down, and you definitely don't want to leave it in front of net. But a chance. Trying. Tactical fakes coming out. Pressure. But Duke's Demons, they can't find the net. A series of good pressure, but not fully able to complete the task. And certainly, you gotta get some openings if you can't get a solid shot on target. Holy, push it off to the side. Chaotic. Goes to the air. Wants the flip. Gets the flip in front of net with the demo. And it hits the side. It was all coming together. But not going to matter too much as Spartan Aries up by 2. Game, set. As we will be looking on to game number 2 at Forbidden Temple to see if Duke's Demons can find the net, possibly come out more aggressive. Treat that as a warm-up game. Damn, I was like, what is that sound? Alright, we did change it, right? Damn, I can't believe how long that sound goes off. That's wild. But game number 2 is here. And Spartan Aries up by 1 in the series, and there's a chance to get things started right for Duke's Demons, but jumped the gun. Can't put it into the net. And very fortunate for Spartan Aries, as now they have to try and collect themselves and recover. And big 50 in front of the net. Munson gets a touch. And now Oscar can track it down, but Chaotic, a nice initial touch by 2. Make it 3. Right place, right time with the right first touch. As also tough to read on defense as 2 players go by. That left the third in an awkward spot. DJ is here to root on Spartan Aries. But Visible dropping it down, but Tony, good clear. And there's a shot opportunity, needs a little help. Holy is locking down the midfield and puts it right through. And plays like that, a lot of options. Is it going in? Is it not? You have to react. And even still, more pressure coming out. So Spartan Aries, they managed to dodge being down 1. Could have changed this game, especially going up in this series in a game for the first time for Duke's Demons. But instead, they are down by 2. In a similar fashion from game 1, but game 1, it took much longer. This is happening early. Still a lot of time left. So, question is, do Spartan Aries continue to apply the pressure, continue to put points on, or do Duke's Demons turn things around? Because again, so much time to turn things around. Sometimes that works for you. But there's an opportunity, and players kind of circling all over the place. But Holy, he's got the midfield yet again, and Another similar play. Hitting off the back. Tough to know if it's going through. You have to react. But meanwhile, it opens things up. But Holy, tactical whiff. Good outlet pass. Muntin, almost a play from Oscar as he cut. And that would have been nice to see from Duke's Demons. A little of a cutting play into the net. And 50 out. But demo. And we're closing in on 2 minutes to play. Spartan Aries, they managed to win this one as Tony goes flying by. They will be on series point. And certainly a great spot to be in. Especially how they're playing. And there's another assist as Chaotic a little bit wide of the net, and those plays are so lethal. Those strong touches from Holy seem to line up nicely. Chaotic tends to be there, and that combo is working. They also are on the twos team with Tony, so that chemistry coming in handy. But up by 4, and Duke's Demons, I think they have yet to score, so they have a big hill to climb. Not only do they have to figure out how to turn this series around, they gotta figure out how to get some points on the board. But going in circles.
This is chalk.
Chaotic finally ends the suffering.
This is chalked.
Oscar says you guys are frying us. Well, let's see if they can use this energy. Reverse sweep. We've seen crazier things. Rocket League is... What percentage would you say is mental?
This is chalked.
I don't know if I could put a percentage. I'd love to say 50, but I have no idea.
This is chalked.
And Oscar almost puts in a play, so that's 2. 10 seconds left. Holy keeping it into the corner. And both Chaotic and Holy have the same similar touches. And Oscar misses again. And that is game number 2. Spartan Aries up by 2 in the series. And if you're Duke's Demons, it's definitely a rough spot, but you know you can say we are capable of better. We definitely can play better. So that is the good news. Now, can they play up to that? That's on them. And we shall find out game 3. Alright. We're finally into it. Game number 3 is here. And we're gonna see if Duke's Demons can put one through. Use this newfound energy, aggression, annoyance, whatever you want to call it, but that's a big 50 from Holy. A massive 50 going forward. And Spartan Aries have different plans. But visible off the top. And they are knocking on the door, but just can't put it through. And there's some bumping. You like to see that from Duke's Demons. Oscar applying the pressure. And Holy gonna apply pressure of his own. And there is an opening. Tony strikes. Spartan Aries up by 2. Trying to close this one out. And almost a play there from Oscar. We've seen glimpses of those passing plays. Damn, Tony was looking nice in the air, but couldn't complete it. And tactical whiff, almost.
This is
oh my god, they finally... I almost had a heart attack 3 times. Because you want to see it go through.
This is shocked.
Almost shanked. Duke's Demons. They do cut the lead by 1 and find the net. And who knows, maybe find some confidence. But drop down. Tony, tactical whiff. Not the first, it won't be the last. Oscar. In an awkward spot. That one's not going to do much, but goes by 2. Needs a third to help out. And that's high ball. Chaotic gets a touch to the side. And bumping. Chaos. It's all kinds of a mess of a game right here. As Holy back in time. And that one's given up. But has Chaotic to follow. And are these teams locked in? Spartan Aries trying to close it out. Duke's Demons trying to stay alive. Holy showed good control, and there it is to feed a teammate. And you love to see that control right there. And it ends up hitting back to the midfield, which Spartan Aries have covered. And up by 2. We're past halftime. And Chaotic to the side. Tony, tactical whiff. Holy moving it down, but brought the other way. And back and forth play so far of late. Chaotic trying to break through, cut. And Munson puts a shot on target. But hit off to the crossbar. And Chaotic has an open one going home. And can just put it through. And that's 3 goals difference. Tony gonna try and follow this one midfield. Chaotic is there. And we talk about it plenty, and we'll talk about it some more. Spartan Aries is always there on the midfield. And that's why they have so many goals. And also helps to have those assisting, but what a play. Chaotic continuing it down. And Tony, no boost, hits it forward. Chaotic accelerates it. And now Spartan looking for that Brazil. And Tony puts one through, but two players converge to save it. And Oscar, that one's going to be cut off. Chaotic to the air. Under a minute to play. Brought back. Tony looking to send it downfield. And more bumping coming off. But Munting, which direction is he going? Looking dangerous on his own side. And Chaotic gets the 7th. As we have a clutch play from Chaotic as his teammates are in a Rule 1. Certainly it helps if you're up in a lead. You can abide by that Rule 1. If not, it just looks bad. Alright, congrats to Spartan Aries as they take the victory. If you voted for them, you are correct.